We is now. Good morning, Tom.
All right. Ooh, hey, good morning, everybody. I don't have my hat on.
I'm going to say good morning here.
Oh!
Oh!
Sorry, Cub.
Oh!
Walk down the kitchen. Good morning, Tom.
He went sideways.
First time you're first in 3 weeks.
No.
Was he first last week?
Yeah.
Was he?
Hence the again at the end of that.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Hi, Dad.
We have special guest. Hop on in there, kiddo.
I'm getting there.
She's too busy texting the boy.
Oh, gosh.
Petey!
Hey! That's a picture right there. Just keep going like this.
Yeah. Oh, now you're not in. You got to scoot over. There, I zoomed in a little bit. There you go. And we got Rusty. Lep.
Where's your aprons at, buddy?
I took them in to get washed, so
they have
they're.
not been washed.
If you look in the right behind you in the bottom, yep, should be there in the back. I didn't plan that far ahead.
Because I got busy doing work. So
Yep, I didn't plan that far ahead. So there should be a couple of them back down in there.
An apron?
Sure. Thank you.
Yep. So.
I'm not going to fit over my sombrero.
Oh, you might have to move your sombrero to get it on there. So we have guest Rusty. I don't know, should we call him a celebrity cook? Celebrity cook and Pay is our guest.
But then that just makes it sound like it's just a little person. So you're going to
Yeah, Pay's an original cub.
I'm an OG.
An OC.
Oh, gosh.
She's the original, one of the original cubs.
Okay, so you can tell it he's having a good morning.
Yeah. Ooh, and you got the Drum Doctors one.
I see that.
All right, I'm gonna start chopping veggies.
Okay. Rusty's gonna get the fire going. Oh, you gonna?
Because no one can see her cutting the onion.
Oh, well, that's what the other camera's for. Good morning, Charlie. How you doing, my friend?
Charlie. Hey,
I've been thinking about you, brother. I hope all is well. So, Rusty and I were brainstorming last week, and we decided on fajitas. So, he's actually going to use my fajita skillets that I loaned to him, I don't know, weeks ago, because I don't use them. So, he's using those to, here, you want to keep up comments? So, he's using those to...
Oh, you're just going to be talking?
Pretty much. I'll read some comments, but you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, fajitas is one thing that we make, on a monthly basis at my house. Everybody loves them. And it gives me a chance to play on my Blackstone.
Good morning, the dude's kitchen.
What's up, Mike? How are you doing?
Oh.
Did you not silence your phone?
I didn't silence my phone.
He's a celebrity
know.
And I know that, well, I'm not a celebrity phone person.
He's breaking the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? My phone did that because it says that Smoking Bears is live.
Yeah.
We got to tune in.
So, dude, how's everything there, buddy? How's the wife doing? So we decided to do fajitas because it's something you have frequently.
Yeah.
We love them, and we had all the ingredients.
And we had sombreros.
And the sombreros. This gives us an excuse to wear sombreros.
I'm still excited about the special surprise you have for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, you haven't seen them. I showed the Cubs last night.
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet.
That'll probably be next week's show. We'll break those out. Because Pay will still be here. Pay's in on...
Back home, but she's on TPN for the next 6 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, give her a big hug for me, brother. I forgot what I was saying.
So next week, Sunday Live.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, we don't need to cut. that small, they're going to disappear.
So
Really?
Kay is home on spring break. So she got in yesterday. So we're kind of excited to have her home. It's going to be a hard week this week because we got to do some dad 101 intervention on learning how to study.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do some Uncle Rusty intervention too.
As he's digging his elbow.
While I'm cutting things.
Okay.
Hi, Uncle Andy.
Uncle Andy.
Oh, what's up, Andy?
So you sent me I'm assuming the finished pictures. I didn't see those
Tell you
yet.
the truth, that's enough. Can
So-
you cut that one in half, maybe?
So for everybody
No,
else,
like that, the other
my
one.
brother,
There you go.
that's Andy right there. He sent me a
Awesome.
video, a couple videos of them cooking biscuits and gravy casserole in the air fryer with sausage links. And I'll tell you what, he loves his air fryer. And I don't use one, but it makes me want to get one. Seeing what he's doing with it.
We had one and you never used it.
I know. I was watching Kevin at Man Kitchen Recipes, and he did egg rolls, and I was like, ooh! He used green chilies, stuffed them with cheese like Monterey Jack, and then rolled the egg roll around them.
Let me show you a trick. You want to cut the top off? Not cut the bottom.
But yeah, I'm sure.
We have been in Salt Lake City
Slice down.
more this year than home. Ooh,
Around the whole
ooh. Carrot and a stick is. Yeah, that's where the hospital's at. So they've been in the hospital
Now,
more than they've been home
You just
this year,
make your slices.
the last couple months. So, yeah, my heart goes out to you, brother, and to Mama. Carrot and the stick is always effective for steady motivation. Yep. I'm dangling the carrot over the rabbit. Yeah, okay. You just kind of looked at me like, what?
Because it took you a minute to say it.
I'm having brain malfunction all of a sudden.
All of
Again.
a sudden.
After you're done your introductions and getting the morning started with the people, just remind me that I've got a funny story to tell you about my coffee this morning at the house.
Okay.
I don't want to do it right now. Give you time to get everybody broke in.
Yep. Well, hey, thank you for texting me. Yep. Yeah, Mike. It's you're one of my YouTube brothers, man. So when one of us is down, man, all of us are down. You know, Charlie was one of them guys. You know, I think about him often, and that stingy dude didn't give me his phone number, so I can't text him. I'm just teasing Charlie.
I got a response back on Insta. So,
yeah, Cub gets response on Instagram from Charlie about a day or so before I get one. So,
well, I'm better.
We know who's important.
Yeah, but it's okay.
And I talk to Carrie more than you do.
Yep.
Because you're not on TikTok all of a sudden.
Yeah, I kind of slacked off TikTok. I did post one the other day.
Me and Carrie, we just sent TikToks to each other.
Yeah, I did post one the other day, and I got another one ready to post. You helped me with the song.
Oh, that was that one?
Yeah, that one's in the drafts.
Oh, nice.
But, okay, Rusty, coffee time.
Okay. You know how whenever you're doing your podcast talking about your cancer experiences and your brain fog, well, this morning, while Tommy was getting in the shower, getting ready for going to work, he asked me to go ahead and make him something to eat for breakfast real quick. So I was just going to make what I always make, bacon, egg, and cheese on toast, just a sandwich he can grab and go. Well, while I was doing that, I had all this stuff laid out. I had my Keurig started, made my coffee. No, didn't make it yet. I just had to hit the button, had the water heating up, and then the lights came on. It was ready to go. I got my coffee cup, went over because my sugar that I use, the stevia, is right next to my stove. I went over to the stove, set my coffee cup down, picked up an egg that I was going to make Tommy for his bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, cracked it into my coffee cup.
Okay.
Somehow I forgot that I was going over there to put sugar in my cup before I put the coffee. I put an egg in my coffee cup. And whenever I did that, I started thinking, I said, that's how it started with Lee. Whenever he would go in, he'd forget what he was doing. And I'm like, I can't believe I put an egg in my coffee cup.
Well,
I dumped it into skillet.
If you ever watched the Two Crazy Ketos, it's a husband and wife, and they talk all kinds of keto. They do all kinds of stuff. They do BB&E, so it's beef, butter, and bacon, and then egg. And sometimes they put eggs in their coffee.
Really?
Yeah, they do butter a lot, but they've talked about dropping an egg in there.
Well, whenever I was really heavy on the keto, I was putting butter in my coffee, but never an egg.
Yeah,
Tamara, when she makes her ramen noodles, she'll crack an egg and drop an egg in her ramen noodles.
Yeah.
And let the heat from the water and all cook the egg inside her ramen.
That's part of the actual ramen from over yonder.
So Pickle said my number's on the bathroom wall, which was kind of funny. And then Peyton, we have a question from Uncle Andy. Are you ready?
Well, Charlie, wait. There's a lot of numbers on the bathroom wall, and fortunately, there's none on the bathrooms in my house. There's no numbers on the wall, so at the rest stop and and the bars that I used to attend, there was always ones. But which picture's it under? There's usually a stick figure or a peace sign or something like that is associated with the numbers. It could be stick figure boobs, but they're on there.
Anyways.
There's a name and a number on your bathroom wall. It says, for a good time called Tanya.
Oh!
That's not on my bathroom wall.
Peyton.
She's the one that makes everything good in this house.
Uncle Andy said, why is Peyton's boyfriend not being formally family embarrassed and invited on live?
Whoa.
Oh, wait, what's that word? Did I say that right?
Initiated
on the live.
You're asking me what word spell? Jeez, peace.
All right.
So what do you have to say that, Peyton?
So Pay calls. So for everybody who doesn't know, you guys will get a kick out of this because your kids are at this age. So Pay calls me and says, "Hey, Dad, how's it going? Da 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 da." We talk, and then she says, "Oh, by the way, I've got somebody coming home for spring break." And I was like, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Yeah, it's a boy, and if you don't like him, then we can't date. But I kind of like him, so I want you to like him." And I was like, "Oh, no pressure. All right." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, so he's coming in." She's like, "Yeah, he'll be here all week." And I was like, "Oh, time out." What? So at this time, Mom and I were supposed to go pick him up from school to bring her back. And we were supposed to meet this boy and bring him back with us. And I was like, "Hey." She goes, "It just came out. Like it just, my mouth vomited these words and I didn't know what to say." And then I was like, "Oh, maybe I should ask Mom and Dad first."
I was fixing to ask.
But then she says, "So I'm asking now." I said, "When did you talk to this kid?" "About 3 days ago." So it took her 3 days, half a week, before she called in
the core
to make sure.
Everything inside is connected to the core. So if you smash the core, it'll pop out and disconnect all the leads. Yeah. Easiest way to do it is that. Now your core will come straight out.
Oh, TikTok, mind blown.
Huh.
No,
So
parties from 20 years ago. Because we had to cut fresh salads every morning, and that's how we decored our heads of lettuce.
Nice.
And that was 20 years ago.
Tom.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So she calls, and I'm like, "Hey, you could have just said, hold on, let me talk to Mom and Dad first." No, this is the plan. So in order of getting around the initial embarrassment of, hey, this is mom and dad, and get in the car, because if he doesn't like you, he's throwing you out in the mountains. She has her best friend come pick her up. So the best friend goes up there, but the boy ended up Jackson, whatever.
Jason.
Oh, so anyway, so the boy.
His new name would be Jackson.
Well, it'll probably change by the time you
You'll
get
probably
there.
call him Cletus, you know.
Yeah, so Cletus decided he was going to a concert on Saturday to avoid the initial the initial meeting and embarrassment.
He's watching
You're gonna use
right
the
now?
same knife. You're not gonna need it anymore.
And so he's supposed to be coming in later this week unless Pay warns him off.
I can't warn that boy off. He wants to meet you.
And then Lee called me and said, yeah, that Kay was bringing a boy home. And I said, what? He said, yeah, she's bringing home a boy. I said, is it a boy or is it the boy?
Tom said Charlie gave me his number. I tried calling it once. It was a psychiatric hospital. I'm not sure if it's legit or not. And then the dude said, I saw your number, Charlie, in a few rest stop bathroom stalls. Just kidding. He goes, stick figure with a gun, man. Hitman for hire. Charlie Hitman disposable services. That would expect this free to always be.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Charlie, that number's at Western Carolina campus.
Yeah, so you got to chill out, man.
And yes, we said Cletus.
Yeah, that's my name. That's my go-to name whenever I can't think of somebody's name. I'm like,
I have a Cletus at my house.
Which
it's
one?
The NFL robot.
Oh, it's
Cletus.
actual name.
His actual Cletus.
No, that's my go-to name when I can't think of a name.
Or
I'm like,
for driving.
Cletus.
Or for driving, he's like, move out the way, Cletus.
Yeah,
What you doing, Cletus?
Yeah, you know how drivers go. But so I think Cletus is coming in later this week. She hasn't said when.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
So he should be here next Saturday or Sunday, next Sunday for the live. It's Pay's like, I don't know. We're planning on getting out. That's what my son's name is in the phone. That's funny. Oh, Cletus.
Cletus the fetus.
Whoa.
It's a TikTok.
This is PG-13-ish.
No, it's not, because you're doing it.
Ish.
Oh. I said ish. We got times where we dip into R. So Mom and I have been watching so this guy that I watch, his name's Harry Tornado. He's a reseller in Columbia, South Carolina. And I was watching his recent video, and they were talking about the Murdaugh murders. I had no idea. And of course, the time frame of when all this happened, I don't remember. I don't even remember the year. So because it was all during my cancer stuff. So, but so he mentioned that, and it was a series on Netflix. So Mom and I watched it, and this morning sounds like you have issues this morning. Oh, I do. I have lots of issues. So we watched that series, and then they evidently the verdict came out, and
it took them 3 hours.
They found him guilty. So if you haven't seen that, that's not too far away from us.
Not at all.
About 3 hours.
Yeah. So kind of interesting. Ooze. You get it? Cubs give me the frown. Ish. Yes, it is. Ish, like, sort of. Oh, come on, Cub.
To the older generations.
Yeah, it's a dad joke.
Yeah.
Oh, so the dad joke. Dude will get a kick out of this one.
The one you told me?
Yes. So I was watching.
Mind you, this kept Reagan laughing every time she thought about it.
Yeah. So I was watching Swamp People, and it was one of the earlier seasons. I forget what
Are
season.
they still making that? I thought that they quit that for.
They are. They came out with a new season.
Okay.
But the one channel that I watch, Skills and Thrills, on certain days they replay all day long. And I was watching it, and the one kid looked. It was raining really hard, and the kid looked at the other one, his brother, and said, "How do you know it's raining cats and dogs?"
How do you know, Lee?
You step in a poodle.
Okay.
It's still funny. Okay, not really.
No, it is funny. I'm just trying not to cut my hand.
Okay, so that one, yeah, okay. Anyway, that was funny. So, Cub, you had an interesting week. Well, last few days.
Hi, Wes.
Wes, what's going on, buddy?
Man, we missed you at the auction last night. Saved
Is
the
that
seat for you and
Pedro and
everything.
Lefty Cooking? That's y'all's new names.
Pedro and Lefty.
Honcho and Lefty.
This says Pedro.
Pedo was
Pedro.
Pedro.
Pedo.
So, Cub, so I sent out to a bunch of people the little video on Instagram, and let me zoom in here for Cubbo.
Ew, don't do that.
There you go.
So at work, I got called in 3 hours earlier than when I was supposed to go in because they were having influencers come in, and the one person who was there was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not having y'all record me. So I go in, and they were just recording me and my friend who works there, making the milkshakes and everything. And then we went about our day as normal. But that happened, and then we worked almost every other day that week. Thankfully, I did not work yesterday because we had our grand opening yesterday, which according to the line was out the door from 2 to 9. It never stopped. They never had a moment. Nobody got out of there until 1 o'clock that morning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you can cook that chicken fat. Yep.
Yeah, we
Good.
can. The only thing is, chicken fat is delicious. Fat is flavor. But in this recipe, we got so many spices from the fajita seasoning. We don't need the extra fat that's going to be in there. So this is the only time I ever throw away chicken fat. It's because we don't need that seasoning or that flavor because we're fixing to really.
You could probably use it to start putting down because I forgot to grab the olive oil and the.
Oh, I didn't know you forgot that. Well,
it's in the house, but. So yeah, it was a cool little video the guy put up, and Cub, when I picked her up that night, she was so excited. She's like, this guy came in and he was like, tell him about the.
So, my bosses.
We grabbed the olive oil when you come out.
Yeah. My bosses know that we have this channel and that we do a Sunday Live every Sunday, and Dad posts videos, and he has the podcast, and he has this and that and the other. So they kind of like tune in every once in a while, and then they ask me like on Mondays if I worked that Monday, what did y'all make yesterday? Or what, like any night, what did you make? So they called me in earlier because they knew that I would be like, whatever, okay. The guy ordered a Dunkaroo milkshake, which with the edible blend was kind of one of the easier ones to make because it was a vanilla-based milkshake.
So Dunkaroos is like the graham cracker cookies that.
No.
Huh? That's what a Dunkaroo is.
Dunkaroos on graham cracker cookies. They're shortbread cookies.
Okay, so they're like animal crackers.
Yeah.
That you dip in icing.
Yeah, whenever we were younger, you could buy the Dunkaroos in the pack, and they came in sticks in a little section, and then the smaller section had the icing, and you just dump them in.
Yeah, so that's what they use is the cookies. and they shred it into.
Mm-hmm.
They got to show the bottle. Oh, there she is. Look at how gorgeous she is.
But the guy was asking because when I have to top the milkshakes, I make sure that there's barely any whipped cream visible. Like I cover it with the toppings, and you get the full experience. And this guy goes, "How do you know how to do that?" And because I was going on like this. Does that make sense?
You were shaking it so it fell between. She had her hand out, palm up.
Because we had like this stuff in our hand, and the cup used so we just like shake it on and around.
So she was shaking it so it would just slowly come off the side, and then when it went to go over top, she opened up her fingers, spread her fingers, and let it fall between her fingers.
So
And
that's how Dad told me to do seasoning on the Boston butt.
Yep.
So I was like, what's on Boston butt?
So then the guy videoing, when he stopped the video, asked her, whoa. And he said, whoa. What are you doing? Where did you learn that? Like, because he'd never seen it. And she said, well, my dad does barbecue, and this is how we do our Boston butts. And he was like, that is cool. Well, he said a lot of other choice words that I'm not going to say on PG-13-ish.
This is not a PG-13-ish channel, Dad.
Yes, it is.
So he said a lot of things, and then he's like, that, and he was excited, and he was like, that was awesome. And you can see it in that video.
Yes, it is. It's PG-13-ish.
So that was pretty cool.
There is a slip up there every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
So, but one of your coworkers, you said, put our channel up on the video, up on the TV, in the main area.
So we have, and when you walk into my
What do you
job,
use, Rusty?
I didn't want to interrupt y'all while y'all were talking,
No, you're good.
Just gotta show it.
but this is my favorite fajita seasoning. It's made by Meat Church, and it's just Meat Church fajita seasoning. This will come out tasting just like we came from a Mexican restaurant. I love that stuff. And I've gone through a lot of different seasonings. Like I said, this is one of our favorites at the house. And so you always do the vegetables first because they take the longest to cook. Because you don't really want them. You want them firm, but you want them to soften some.
Yep.
So that's why I'm doing the vegetables first. The chicken and shrimp, they just cook so fast.
Yep.
This whole meal, as you'll see, the preparation took twice as long as the cook will. But getting these vegetables done, sprinkle the seasoning on it, then we'll go ahead and lay on the chicken and the shrimp, sprinkle the seasoning on that, and it's ready to go.
So I forget the guy's name that posted the video on Instagram, but that was pretty cool.
Later that day, I went to the bathroom, and I get out of the bathroom, and I look. And on one of the main TVs, I see my father's face. And we had no customers in, and I said a couple choice words. And then I was like, who put this up here? And my other coworkers are sitting, like, leaning against the table, like, in the middle of our, like, kitchen area. And they're watching it as it's playing on the main TV of my job. And I said, son, give me the remote. We turn this off. We turn this off.
You said that instead of saying, look at my father, I'm so proud of how far he's come?
Yes, I said, we got to turn this off. Because it was 15 minutes before rush hour for what we do. Then it was 5 minutes before this lady come in. Because this lady comes in every day at 3:15 to get a big scoop of birthday cake ice cream. And then she yells at us. Every single day like clockwork.
Yells at you?
Yells.
Wow.
Then at 4:45,
she orders the same thing, the warm cookie ice cream.
Well, it's a warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie sundae.
So it comes warm. The cookie comes warm.
She gets
This
it.
is ice cream.
Holds
melts
it.
the ice cream.
She put it in her hand, walks up to me, starts yelling and cussing me out every day. Every single day.
Because the cookie's warm.
At this point, just put it in the freezer for her.
We're not allowed to.
No.
To the point that my friends from the place beside us, they come in just to watch it happen. And then the one kid was like, "Bro, it says warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie sundae. Keyword, warm."
So Charlie says, the sizzling fajita platter's the trick.
I got them right here.
Squirt some water on it, make it sizzle. Yep. Wes, if you mix a little of that spice blend with oil, it makes a great marinade.
Yes, it does. And whenever I'm doing my steak fajitas, I cut up my steak and I put it in a Ziploc bag. I don't ever mix the oil in there, but I mix my fajita seasoning on the steak and I keep it in the bag in the refrigerator, and it's marinated in that. Chicken and especially shrimp doesn't need it to marinate because it's the flavor sticks to it really easily. Whenever you're cooking steak, there's so much moisture released, and especially from the fat and water content, that it can easily wash away the fajita seasoning.
Yep. So, Pay, how's your week been?
Been pretty good.
Yay.
I got to see my best friends down here. Go hang out with them.
Me.
I got to see Rusty. I got to see Tommy.
My gift for Dad is about to get shipped.
We went to the auction last night. We went to the auction Friday, and wasn't very exciting, but wasn't very exciting. But we went, had a good time. Pay went last night with us to a different auction house, and what'd you think of that one?
I love auctions. That one. We go to the one in Edgemore, and that's my favorite auction because it just flows so nicely, and there's enough stuff. We got sweet, unsweet tea. We got jerky, like a lot of jerky. Oh.
Like these guys get like the pallet returns, or they have stuff like that. That if somebody over orders, they get the extra stuff. So it's a lot of snack. The one guy who runs the place has a lot of snack cakes and stuff like that. And we did very well. We didn't buy any snack cakes.
You didn't.
Didn't buy any. The only snacks we bought was beef jerky.
Now I did get some oatmeal, a little bit of oatmeal cakes, and some Nutty Buddies for Teresa and Tommy. But out of the hundreds of boxes of stuff that I wanted that were there, I did not get any.
Yep. So we kept, we kind of kept each other on track and was like, hey, diabetes, hey. So we were trying to look out for each other. And that's kind of the whole point in the thing, right? Is we got to make each other accountable.
Yeah.
So I've been getting out walking more. Just taking the dogs for, I guess, a good mile and a half walk every other day, because the next day I'm whipped. We came in yesterday, the three of us, so I had two dogs. The three of us were whipped. All three of us laid down, rested for a while. Then we got up and they got their treat and water and stuff once they calmed down. But that's something that, I was talking with Keto Tom and Keto Mike about, just getting out, walking more, doing more, a little more something, So been trying to do that. I was on their show Wednesday. That video got posted Wednesday. Nice interview, talk, chat. I don't know if it was really an interview. It was more conversation.
It was. I like that format. That was, to me, that was a lot better. Granted, everything that you were saying, I pretty much knew.
Yeah.
Because being with you so long, but I like their approach a whole lot better than question answer.
Right.
It was just general conversation.
Yep.
And I like that.
Yeah, we had a great time, and I rewatched it, and I don't know, I laughed just as hard rewatching as I did doing it. So, but those two guys, I mean, I said it on there. Those two guys are the little. It's in the drawer, first drawer. Boom. Yeah, buddy. I got pot holders now. My aunt would be proud.
She would, and you know where they are.
I don't know if proud. She probably just roll her eyes and say it's about dang time. But so their show. I mean, if you guys haven't watched it, it's just they come on. They want to talk about your journey, and my journey has something that Tom and I have in common is we're both cancer survivors and diabetics. So his approach to keto is clean eating, whole food, like basic plant-based, whole foods, whatever, not plant-based. He eats a lot of vegetables and meat. And, and Mike's is too, but he's also like, if I want a treat, like if I want a slice of pizza, eat the slice of pizza. Don't tell yourself you can't have it. And so Tom's coming around to that way of thinking. And, and it's something I talked to Rusty about when he was doing keto really strict. And I kept telling him, dude, it's in moderation. Because if you tell yourself, I can't have that, you remember telling your kid not to do something?
Oh, yeah.
What'd they do?
First thing they did, look for a chance to do it.
Yep. So, I look at it as if I'm going to have a treat, I'm not eating dinner. Like, I'm substituting the treat for dinner. But that doesn't mean I'm going to have a whole milkshake from Cubs Work. I'll get a little bit, maybe half or a third, and then that's my dinner. So
what kept me going whenever I was doing keto really strong was the amount of weight that I lost and how fast I was losing it. And that kept my mind thinking, this is working. Why would I want to cheat? Why do I want to get this and that?
Yep.
I mean, and it took me, in 4 months, I lost 43 pounds. And I mean, I was feeling great. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, instead of sitting there thinking, I got all this stuff that I can eat, I'm thinking about all the stuff that I can't eat and how much I like that stuff. And then at the end of the 4 months, I started loosening up and saying, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And then eventually the keto was pushed to the back and I was going back to the way I was normally eating. But you're right. I mean, if I really think that if I would have, not so much cheated, but ate a little bit more of what I liked, sporadically, I might have stayed on it, that strict, a little longer.
I'm trying to get him back. back.
Yeah. Since I had my stroke in December,
yep.
I have really, really been tightening up. My A1C, last check, I done dropped it down to 7.1. I'm still going more. I mean, that was a big wake-up call.
Yep. So I'm trying to get him back to watching what he's eating and not being strict. I mean, Lord knows I'm not the strictest one. I mean, I had ice cream last night, and I was like, or yesterday, and I was like, well, shoot, now what? But I hadn't eaten all day, so you're throwing all over the floor.
You don't have a back wall like I do on my Blackstone, and I'm going over the edge some. But you got dogs.
Yeah, I gotta get the onion up off the floor before he comes out. But yeah, Mike and Tom have a great show. They have great chemistry. you know, and Mike and I have a lot in common too. You know, with his family history and stuff like that. So they're great guys. It was a wonderful show. It'll actually be after this renders out, and I
If you're looking for a sport bottle.
I took it inside.
Yeah.
After this renders out, I'll have a link in the description to that show. Because it's really good. I've learned a lot from them, and you know, I set up that those are my little voices. You know, when I'm like looking for something, I'm like, I'm snacky. Are you snacky or are you bored? You know, it's Tom's thing. Jeez and Pete's, boy.
Goodness.
You need a Blackstone in here.
We don't need no Blackstone. We have cast iron. You don't need one.
Maybe you should pay flip. Just kidding. I'm tired. I'm messing.
I'm tired.
I'm tired doing keto one. Oh, you tried. I can't even read this thing.
Switch it to the first one because I'm not doing anything.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Pay. There we go. There, now you guys can see. I tried doing keto once. It was going good, but then I heard all the carb foods calling me. Yeah, devil whispering him. And it was hard. Last night, they were doing all the snack cakes. I was like, yep, nope. I don't do cookies. I don't do cookies and cream.
That was hard for me to turn away. I was thinking so hard.
I avoid. I haven't had an Oreo since like 2014.
Yeah.
Or 2012, something like that. So anything cookies and cream, I avoid. Ice cream, I avoid it. Whatever. So that was an easy pass. All the little Debbie's, easy pass because he didn't have zebra cakes.
And that surprised me.
Usually
he's loaded with zebra cake.
But the one thing he came by with was those carrot cakes.
Oh man!
They were little individually wrapped carrot cakes
with
about
the
the
cream
size
cheese icing on top.
Yeah, about the size of a hot dog bun.
Y'all been thinking about that all night.
Hey man, I tell you what, it was the will of God that my hand didn't go up and buy 2 boxes.
They were only $4.
I know. I know.
$4 for 9 carrot cakes.
In my head, I was like, dunk it in coffee. Oh man, if you put it in the microwave for 15 seconds. Oh man, if you put it in the freezer. Oh man, like all this stuff went through my head, and fortunately, while I was thinking of all the ways I could eat these things, they moved on. So praise the heavens on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I did find a guy the other day, and I sent it to Mike and Tom. He's doing carnivore, which is basically all meats. You're very, very little to no vegetables or nuts. It's all meats.
I could do that.
Well, you think you can, then you're like, but
how good would a portobello mushroom taste?
Yeah, every now and again you want something different. But so anyway, this guy was said he was 500 pounds.
Oh gosh.
Started carnivore and then started a YouTube channel. He's only had his channel like maybe 3 weeks. 1,500 subs. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And his one video was he lost 100 pounds, and then then a couple videos later was he was up to 50 pounds. So,
wow.
So I'm like, wow, dude. His name is Carnivore Kip. KIPP.
We're not gonna have no chicken if you keep flipping them off.
You can't blame it on it's not the equipment, man.
It is. You don't have no walls around here.
You have a little wall right here. You don't have to have a big one.
The book won't open by itself. I can't read it. Yeah. I can't take notes because the ink pen won't work. Oh, I gotta click it.
Oh, gosh.
The pencil won't sharpen itself.
Mine don't even sharpen.
But anyway, so this is a new channel that I found, and he's only got a couple videos, like maybe 4 or 5, but kind of interesting. It's a carnivore kip barbecue and cast iron.
Okay.
So he's going to have some cast iron videos coming up and some barbecue videos. But I'm feeling guilty for buying Oreos last night. Tom, you're all right, buddy. That was so. What had happened was, I think it was 2012.
Yeah.
We went to down in Charleston. We went beach hopping. Went to like the Isle of Palms and somewhere else. And the kids, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, always stock up on Oreos. Well, the other brother-in-law was in with his son, and so the 9 or 10 of us went down to the beach. And the main thing that we had was Oreos. I mean, I think we had 6 packs of Oreos. Mm-hmm. And that was all I ate all day long, was Oreos. And being diabetic, that wasn't good. And at the time, I was drinking super heavy, so I had moonshine, so that wasn't sitting on the beach, so that wasn't good. And
it was good, but it just wasn't good for you.
Yeah, so that was a whole other issue. So I swore off Oreos after that day. And the kids all like, yeah, right, whatever. And
I've never touched them.
And I haven't touched an Oreo since then. In fact, I can count on one hand how many times I've had those Nico
wafers.
Yep, the crackers with the icing
in the middle, because they look like Oreos.
But they're not Oreos.
They're not.
I can count on one hand how many times I've had a pack of those. But anyway, so what do you got, Cub?
For what?
I don't know. What's up?
I work the majority of the week. I don't work on Monday, and I don't work on Wednesday.
We're working maneuverability today or tomorrow?
We're doing that today.
Today and tomorrow.
Because
so she's ready to get her license. I'm ready for her to get her license.
I mean, it's been 2 years. So
almost 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
So she's ready. She's been driving really good.
I only scared Dad once.
Couple times.
Okay, but once recently.
It depends on her shoes. And you think that's crazy. But
if
she
I
likes
wear my
these
platforms, then he says that I go too hard on them.
When she wears her regular tennis shoes or something like that, regular shoes, she's okay. But when she wears those platform Converse shoes, like they have like a 3-inch sole on the bottom of them.
They don't have a 3-inch sole. Look at Spot.
It's not 3 inches.
Anyway,
it's like 2 inches.
They have a big sole on them. She drives like heavy footed. So, I'm like, oh, I can tell what shoes you're wearing without even looking, just by the way she drives. So, but we're still working on, you got to do maneuverability, parallel parking.
And I have to show you that I can parallel park.
Yep. And Mom said you're really good at it. So I'm not too concerned about that. And what's the other one? Back up 100 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why they have them do that, but hey, whatever. And so yeah. But I'm watching the stream. I'm sorry. My ADD kicked in and pushed.
Yeah. Same here.
So, Pay, what else you got this week?
We're trying to see some buddies from FA. Mags and them. Got a lot of work on studying to do.
Little dad one-on-one intervention.
Yeah. And I got some yard work that needs taken care of.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. Pop told me about that.
Yep, because she'd be screwing off at school, when you get home, you got to do work.
Yep.
So that big brush pile that I got to get taken care of, she's going to take care of that, and we got to we're going to burn it. Controlled burn, as Craig would say. So she's got that coming up, and then we got to cut grass. It's March. We got to cut grass. I've been putting it off for a month.
Yeah, I got my weed eater out yesterday. Yesterday's the first day of the season for weed eating for me.
I've been putting it off. I went and picked up pine cones
I
again.
can tell.
Yeah, I picked up pine cones again. So, but
I get my foot pump.
cool. I think that brush pile needs to wait on Cletus. Well, Cletus was supposed to be here, and I was like, well, if he's here, he's gonna have. That's what my dad was like. He said, well, I guess we'll find out whether the boy's a keeper or not if he sticks around after you put him to work. Because we also have to dig out the back corner so it can drain right. So there's going to be a shovel involved at some point. How deep the hole goes depends on whether I like the guy.
No. He has a broken leg, so you can just break it in half.
So it's easily foldable.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Shoot. Oh, so I got this.
Can you even get up?
Cletus can do it. Call Cletus then. Yep. So I got this book, and I'm excited to read it because. So I listened to the guys. If y'all know Finding Bigfoot from the TV show, and they had an interview with a guy who, during his cancer journey, they were trying to get him out walking, and they got him out in the woods and stuff like that, and started a Bigfooting. This is the book. Oops. Cancer and Bigfoot, My Story. And that's, wrong way. That's the, I can't, there. So I'm excited to read this because, it's
Relatable to you.
very relatable. And it has like all these dates.
You can't see it.
It has all the dates and stuff of when he went out. So kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to reading that. So that'll be coming up. I'm already in one book, and then I have to read another. But then I have to read this one. But Leprechaun, what's up, brother?
And
I can't even find the camera.
it's almost your season.
I know. It's Leprechaun time. So Pay's birthday is day before, right? No, day after. It skips. St. Patty's Day, so it's her favorite holiday. So
I thought you meant her birthday skips. I'm like, wow, that's strange.
Well, it does.
29th. February 29th.
Yep. So she'll probably dress up like a leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
She'll have to find her outfit and then chase the new boy off.
Yeah.
Unless he's as crazy as she is. And
Oh, well. I got two green hats.
Neighbor got his motor working.
I hear it.
So our new neighbors across the street, they don't know our timetable, so they want to cut grass right while we're shooting our live. But anyway, that happens.
They funny.
Yeah, there's something. There's something. Cub said the first night they moved in.
It was the same weekend that they were at their other location.
Oh yeah, we were
And
up
they
at
got
Sid's.
home, and I was like, y'all missed it. Like, that was like what I missed. Was like, these people were having a party because they were welcoming like themselves in. Like, they got a house, da da da. So they were having a party. Well, then these people over here, Club Blue, was yelling at them to turn their music down, and people were trying to sleep, and they got kids and da 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 da. The lady in the middle of them walked down and goes, "Don't people know your house is a club? Let the boy live. Let him have fun." They're screaming at each other in the middle of the road. And I'm like, I need to go to bed. So I let Vex and Bella out, but they didn't. We went out the back door and walked around. So all I saw was Vex and Bella's eyes. And they started screaming and running back into the houses.
What you do is you wait till 11:01 p.m. and call the police for them violating the noise ordinance in Rock Hill city limits. If the other people knew that the way you're talking, they probably would have done it.
It's one of those, you know, we used to sit out in the driveway, you know, around the, you know, we'd back the car up, we'd sit in the driveway in our lawn chairs with coolers. You know, it's like, whatever. They're having the, you know, they just bought a house, they're celebrating, whatever.
Right.
You know, everybody does it. So Mike says he can't hear the mower, so that's good.
Really?
It's quiet. It's not that loud.
That's good. But yeah. So I did something the other day, and Cub really liked it. I was surprised. I made a version of a BLT.
Oh,
So I bacon weave, or did the basket weave with bacon, right? Cooked it off in the oven, and then when it wasn't crispy because I don't like it crispy, but when it was done to my liking, pulled it out, let it rest so it kind of firmed up, and dripped some of the grease off of it, and then put a little bit of Duke's mayonnaise, and then chopped up some lettuce and tomatoes, like diced up some cherry tomatoes, and then put it in there and rolled it like a sushi.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then I sliced it the width of the bacon.
Oh, I think I did see that on your Instagram.
So I think I posted on Instagram, but I didn't post it anywhere else. The video's coming.
The video's coming.
Yep, so I'm trying to get ahead on videos, and
do you have a dome?
yes, close that door and open the next one. Bake some weed. What? No, I didn't do that.
He said bacon, weed?
Baking weed. No, I didn't do that. That's not part of my treatments.
Not yet, anyways.
So this crazy thing, right? Well, I thought it was crazy. So with the insurance that I now have, they told me that I couldn't get the new patch, the Freestyle Libre that I got. They told me I couldn't have it. And the pharmacy said, we got to get a thing from your doctor because the insurance is saying. Okay, so I get a hold of the doctor, and they're like, yeah, go ahead. Well, they say, oh, well, the Freestyle Libre 1 that you have is no longer being made. You have to get the 2 or the 3. Okay, fine. So then it comes through back from the insurance, and I get a letter from the insurance. We denied your claim. Okay. So I talked, this was like a week later. So I talked to the doctor, I sent the doctor a message and whatever. I get a letter from the doctor that we sent in the reprisal or whatever it is to dispute it. Okay. So then I get a message, hey, you got stuff to pick up at the pharmacy. All right, cool. One of them is the Freestyle Libre 3. All right, cool. So 3 days later, I get a certified letter. Like the man come up, knocked on the door, heard the dogs barking, he ran back to the truck. So when I opened the door, he's standing at the truck up on the road. And I was like, dude, what's going on? He's like, oh, okay. I talked to you. I was like, okay. So he comes up and he didn't want to come by the door because the dogs. Well, we got a gate up so they can't get out. And I got this certified letter, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, that's cool. I open it up, and it's the insurance company telling me they approved my freestyle. I was like, I already got the thing. So it was just it was one of those bacon weed things. I was like, whatever, dude. When it does become part of your treatments, contact Charlie. He would probably get you a good idea. Man, I bet Charlie got some good brownie recipes.
Brownie? That man got good something recipes. Have you seen the people do like Thanksgiving dinner and they infuse everything with weed? I've
seen where there was a show on Netflix where they were doing it was infusing with everything, right?
Yep.
And there was one guy who was like, hey, when you're doing this, we make everything so you have a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a certain level of
high.
Yeah, so you don't get high off of it, right?
Well, because you don't want it you want to take the
So for the whole course of the meal, what you need? Okay.
I ain't no dirty hippie.
So the whole meal would be like less than what you would get from smoking a joint, right?
Right.
Or something like that. Well, this guy would call and he'd order his meal, and then instead of it being like a 2 or 3 meal thing,
mm-hmm.
he'd eat the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So then he's like, dude, I don't know what you did, but I was out of it for a day and a half. And they're like, well, how much did you eat? He goes, the whole thing. He said, no. That's why it's prepackaged doing this and that.
Yeah, so whenever you're like that, it's called getting bringed out, and everything is just a blur.
That one of them things they teach you in college?
Yeah, I learned it in college. I didn't do it, but
I'm sure you learned it in college. I was
learned about it.
Wondering if your professor taught you that.
Yeah.
It is a very liberal college, so.
It is a very liberal college.
Yeah.
So
they're making mushrooms legal?
Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder if that's going to become like the next series on Discovery, where they're how they got the ginseng. I started watching that one day. I was just like flipping through channels. I was like, what is this?
Oh,
it was on that Skills and Thrills channel. And it was the guys doing ginseng. I didn't know that it was like.
For the people, what is it?
So it's a root, right? And the Japanese use it a lot
mm-hmm.
in their cooking. And I didn't realize how valuable it was. But, I mean, and it looks like a big ginger root. But, I don't know. They're selling it for thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars
for a pound.
For, a certain amount of pounds. I'm like, dang. And they're crawling up on the mountains of West Virginia.
West Virginia?
Yeah, West Virginia. I didn't know it was that big a deal, but. So.
Yeah, these skillets are ready.
And me and Pete are going to go out for a little bit.
Oh.
Because you told her it was her day off.
Yep, tomorrow we're hitting hard.
Put her to work.
Ginseng is also considered an aphrodisiac.
Do you know what aphrodisiac is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Spanish.
So it's dark chocolate and black olives. And what?
Oysters.
And oysters. And real wasabi is expensive too.
Ooh, yeah, and it's nasty. not just spicy. I mean, I like spicy stuff, but to me, it just tastes bad.
You might have to move the other camera around so you can see what's going on there.
Me?
Yeah. So that way I'll let you move it before I click it on so you can see what Rusty's doing. There you go. It's kind of blurry, but you can kind of see what he's doing. Oop. Followed around, Pay.
I do it with my eyes, but it's not the camera.
Did you put tomatoes on my cast iron? Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Mike asked me about that during our chat, and need to start making a list of all the food Rusty doesn't like.
It'd be easier to make a list of food that I do like.
It would be shorter. But Mike had asked me about the tomatoes and cast iron, and then I sent him a picture. Like I think a day or two later, I made a lasagna in my little Dutch oven, and made using palmini noodles. If y'all ain't ever seen that, but that video will be coming up too. I had to make sure I got Charlie's cast iron restoration video in. So
Peyton, you know how you
there's the street tacos, and then there's the big ones.
COFFE? Mm-hmm. I can do that because I just got a free coupon. So it's you get a medium coffee and you get a free one with any purchase. So we're not gonna get larges, we can get mediums.
I bet Charlie has a Zen garden in his backyard, hides the weeds and mushrooms. Yeah.
You know, if it works, it works.
Hey, you know, if you happen to be growing, you pick up that onion because Rex can't have onion. You know, if you just happen to have like corn stalks in your garden, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Making popcorn, growing popcorn. My grandpa used to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. He used to grow his own popcorn. That plate looks good. That does look good.
Now don't put tomatoes on this one for you.
No, I'm kidding. I was just kidding. It's you can follow him around. Yeah, so my poor garden. Hopefully it's better this year. Yeah, Pay and I are going to work in our garden, get the raised bed garden ready to go. Do you remember the claw that came out? It had the tines that were kind of twisted, and you just stuck it in the ground and turned it, and it mixed up the soil. I need to look for one of those. We didn't have a very good turnout last year with our garden, but hopefully this year it's better.
If that's yours, that's me.
No, I'm just,
You're just making it.
yeah.
But that's part of having Pay home with our FFA is we're gonna get that. Do you need another? You can use one of those racks behind you. Those cooling racks. Should be right there where the cheese is. Should be a trivet. That way it gets it up off the.
Yeah.
Doesn't burn my top like get me yelled at again.
Yeah, 'cause you can never yield it.
Yeah, I know, right? But, ooh, so, yeah, buddy. There you go, Pay. A little drive-by.
Mm-hmm.
So Stephen and Jacqueline put out a green seasoning video.
Oh.
Oh, man. Because it's like a staple down there in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to make it.
I'll bet your green hot sauce in there will go good on these.
Oh, yeah. We'll get that out. We'll get that out. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, that looks good. If I eat that for breakfast, I'd have to go back to bed. Mine's overtaken by weeds and not Tom's weeds. Yep.
And there are chicken and shrimp fajitas.
There we go.
Awesome.
Nice. Let me get some pictures. Let me get some snappy snaps, as Tommy calls them. Snappy snaps. Oh. Y'all get to watch me do that. So it's okay. Let me back out of here. Back out of here. Camera. Don't see me. Boy, she's a whining. Dog knows. She's been a whining bee. What's your sour cream there, babe?
Oh. Okay.
Huh? What? Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. Whoa. Let's get this out of here. Stand over there, Patty. Now you can see yourself and do the taste test.
Okay.
They say it looks good. You're not in camera, Pay.
That's really good.
What you think about that seasoning?
I think it could be a little bit more seasoning.
Well, there's
I've got it back here, but with my eyesight, I sprinkle till I think that it's enough, and then I stop because we can always add more later.
Yep, you can't take it away.
And I have a nice history of over seasoning.
But
Yeah.
no, not bad at all. Alright. Here's your note.
What do you think, Cub?
Oh, I didn't get like spaghetti.
Oh, you just got the fixins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try you some. Come over here. Try.
Oh, she doesn't want to be on camera.
Alright,
So.
here's your.
Oh, I know what they taste like.
So,
You're tasting.
no, get in there.
Oh,
We'll just. So, all right. Rusty's gonna make one.
So I do the fajitas. I just kind of put the tortilla on top and grab it.
Well, you need to get over here so you can see that.
So something I like picked up. I don't know where I picked it up. Fajita. You go like on top.
Raise it up.
I just grab it, flip it over. So you have all the fixings, and then a little bit in the salsa, and the sour cream, and you're good to go.
Huh. That's interesting. I always like having another shell underneath where I'm eating. That way, everything drops into another taco.
And Teresa does it like that. She pinches it. But growing up, that's the way her mom and dad, everybody at their table ate that way. If they had pinto beans or whatever for dinner, their biscuits, they would rip them in half and then they would pinch them and eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, pays one to hide.
So, very good.
All right. Well, y'all send us out of here.
Hold on. I just have a lot of taco on my mouth. Alright. Alright, Tom. Remember?
Hold on. Let him finish.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to hurry him up. Go.
Okay.
Remember this churros and cookie? Did it taste good? Did y'all have fun? Rock on. You my
guys
friends are awesome. See
Have
y'all later.
a
Stay
great
safe.
week, guys.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Have a great week.
Don't be stupid.